and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are proud to present a tribute to 10 years of Lou Mongello and the WDW radio podcast. And here we go. Here we go. Go, go, go.
Break it on down. Bless you. Bless you. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Well, bless you. Bless you.
Welcome to the WDW Radio Show, your Walt Disney World information station. I'm Lou Mongello, author of the Walt Disney World Trivia books and owner of DisneyWorldTrivia.com. You may remember me from such podcasts as the Mouse Tunes Disney podcast, but as they say, all good things must come to an end. However, I'm pleased to welcome you to the very first episode of the WDW Radio Show. WDW, that's what it's all about. Just having fun and sharing our common love for a place that so many of us feel is truly something special. I am truly humbled, flattered, and overwhelmed. I'm Lou, and really hope that you enjoy what I'm doing with the new show. New show. 2007, 2007, 2007.
It seems only fitting that for our first profile we hear from
Jonathan Dichter, Disney legend Charles Ridgway.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure to see you again, and I look forward to a lot of times in the future we can have some good times together. I began in 1963 and have still done a few things for him in the last year or so it's been well over 40 years that I've been involved in trying to publicize the park.
Disney legend Charles Ridgway.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am Lou Mongello. You are my friend. If you are watching live, welcome. If you are watching on the replay, please be sure and join us every Wednesday night right here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Also, be sure to turn on notifications as I often go live from the parks, the resorts, the cruise line, Disneyland. I am super excited to be back. I was in Disneyland last week. Thanks to all of you who are following along in my adventures, both culinary and otherwise, and I appreciate all of you who not only watched on Wednesday night, but were checking out the new 360 VR videos that I've been posting on Facebook and on YouTube as well. It's so good. As always, this is why I like Wednesdays, because I see my friend, you, in the box, like Marnie, like Jimmy, like Joanna, like Steven Schwartzrock, Karen, Patrick, Amy, Dave Brookover, and the rest of the Brookover clan. It is so, so good to see you guys all. It would be great if I could actually see you as opposed to just speaking to your names on Facebook. But it's like you're here with me at the somewhat messy, yet I'm still catching up table here in the office. Darlene Nagy from West Seneca, New York. It is nice to see you. Nikki Keller, I am still dreaming of Cozy Cones and Banshees and Doritos. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hal Cussler, good to see you. Nikki says, love the 360 videos of Disneyland. They were awesome. I have all kinds of things beeping over here as well. Nikki, by the way, I also owe you a special bit of thanks because I finally have somebody to talk to on the door. I'll wait and I'll show you guys in a little bit. But he is up and I love him and he is awesome. So thank you so much. I feel a little bit less awkward as I have somebody or something to speak to. Abe Navarro, good to see you as well. Josh Jordan, 360 of Pandora was amazing. I appreciate all of you who liked and watched and more importantly shared all of the videos. I would ask you guys to please do that as well. You know me, I'm always trying to come up with new ways to not just share the experiences with you, but bring them to you in new and unique and interactive kind of ways as well. And I really love what the 360 affords me as somebody who wants to share that experience. It's not just me deciding what to show you, but you really do get that ability to look up and around. So again, thanks to all of you who've been watching. I appreciate all of you who've been sharing. I also have something else that I'm working on in the 360 VR space that I can hopefully get to work. You've heard me sort of hint to it a little bit, and you can probably figure out what it is. Jimmy says the Navi at the end was a real person, right? Jimmy, I felt the exact same way. Spoiler alert, I'm going to show you a little clip of what's going on the Navi River journey, because that's what it looks like. That's what it sounds like. If I tried to move like that, I would look like a freak. But you think that 9-foot tall, incredibly beautiful and graceful figure is in fact alive. That's exactly what it feels like when you are there watching. It's a very different experience than Flight of Passage, obviously, but it is incredible in its own right. I don't want to spoil for those who have not had a chance to see it yet. I know, Jimmy, you had a chance to get there. Eric says, was Pandora as good as I thought it would be? So I will tell you, Eric, I went in having seen no pictures, no videos, no spoilers, no teasers. I say this all the time. I wanted to see it with my own eyes, much like when I go to Asia. I haven't watched anything from Shanghai or Tokyo. So my expectation levels were high because, as you know, I trust Imagineering. I trust what Disney does. That being said, and I want to talk more about this after I've had a chance to experience it again and see it at night, but I will tell you that Flight of Passage was a moving experience. Not that they should move it to Pittsburgh, but from the exterior to the queue, which is very long, intentionally, by the way, the queue tells a story. It tells two stories of the native Navi people, of the history of sort of what happened when humans came there and what is going on there now. Some of the technology, even in the queue, is mind-blowing. It is mind-blowing. You don't mind waiting in that queue because there's so much to see and interact with. But I will tell you, the first time I rode the Flight of Passage, I was happy that nobody I knew was around me, because I was sitting there with this wide-eyed, agape smile on my face. I was choked up at one moment because I could not believe. Look, I said this the other day on the live show. I went to another planet and I flew. I think we as humans imagine what flight would feel like. This is the closest I have ever felt to actually flying. And that is not an exaggeration. Soarin' is an experience, but you feel like you are sitting in a chair. You can see all the other people in the feet above you. Here, on that unique vehicle, you feel the Banshee breathing. It's completely immersive, and it's a 5D experience because you see and feel and hear and smell things. And again, I don't want to spoil for those who haven't seen it, but in a way that you haven't done before. Not in a shocking kind of tough to be a bug way, but in a way that, and I'm trying to be careful not to spoil it if you haven't seen it before, but it's breathtaking. And I don't use that word very lightly, but it is a breathtaking experience. And the thing that I liked about it too is it was a much longer experience than I expected it to be. Every time it would go to sort of another scene or something would happen, but I thought it was over. There was another scene, and there was another scene after it. And the finale, again, I'm not going to even tell you anything about it, but the finale is spectacular. And I know it sounds like I'm overly excited or overhyped. I went in with zero expectations, and I was blown away. And I rode it again, and I was equally. And it's a ride that you're going to need to go on over and over because there's so much to see in it's probably more like 270 degrees, because even the screen, I hate to even call it a screen because it doesn't feel like a screen, but there's so much happening in different parts of the screen that you find yourself looking around and trying to take it all in. Jimmy Styles says, it just made me so happy. Jimmy, I think that is an incredibly articulate but simple way to put it. It did. Like, this ride will make you happy. And if you have fears of claustrophobia, if you have fears of motion, I can't speak to it because I don't have that, but I did not in any way feel as though I was closed in, even with the restraints, and I don't hate to sort of use that term, but what goes up against your back and against your legs, you don't even know that it's there. Colin Kendall says a little word about motion sickness. I can't speak to it because everybody is individual. Motion sickness is an incredibly subjective kind of thing. But objectively, I didn't feel that. The glasses that you put on are not distortive in any way. Your vehicle does not move. It's the sensation of moving. And Lou gets choked up with the 10% off all-you-can-eat sushi discount. Matt, you've actually seen me. Clearly, you've had a secret webcam the first time I found the all-you-can-eat sushi place around here. Cindy Moach Steppen says, sometimes the glasses can blur the screen at the edges. I didn't get that at all. I was at the end of the row. Absolutely, Cindy. I agree with you. I sat in two different seats to get that perspective as well. Because there's only 8 in sort of a bay, I think that's why you don't feel that way. The other thing, Cindy, too, was that I didn't feel like there was anybody else in the room but me. And I know, Lou Mongello, rose-colored glass. I felt like I was flying. Like I had that sensation like I don't need to jump out of an airplane now because I felt like I flew. And I don't think and Jimmy and whoever else has been there, if you feel that, so there's no inversions at all. You don't have that sensation of going upside down. You do feel as though you're swooping and go up and down and you bank, but it's a sensation. Your vehicle obviously doesn't really do that. I can't articulate. I'm trying to find the right words. You need to experience it yourself. Colin's done Star Tours, didn't care for it. Also done Everest, no problems. Colin, I think you need to try it and see. And if you get into the room, and I know that this has happened while I was there, if you feel uncomfortable, you could ask to leave, and they'll open the doors and let you out. No problem. Margaret says, "What about poo-sized people?" There was a larger gentleman next to me when we were and they were able to help sort of push the restraint to make sure it clicked in. Obviously, there's different degrees of poo-ness. So, poo-ness? I don't think that's a word. But you'll have a chance to get into the vehicle and see before it starts if it can work or not. So, Matt, it's not a screen like Soren. It is in terms of, but it's one that envelops you. You do not see the edges of the screen. Like I was turning this way intentionally, and I had to sort of, you don't realize that there's anybody else in the room other than you. And it's hard to comprehend until you get in. If anybody else has been there, please let me know what you think. Jimmy, I know you said you rode the attraction. I did not get the sense that there was anybody else there. And I completely felt comfortable. I didn't get motion sick at all. So, by the way, if you're watching live, please do me a favor. Share this with your friends. Invite them to come and watch. Be part of the discussion too. Plus, I'm also going to give something away tonight that is brand spanking new. It's right. I'm going to give you a chance to win this thing or a mystery prize when we play a little 20 questions later on. So, Ayana said, will people who don't like the movie still enjoy the ride? I will tell you, I do not think you need to have seen the movie, which is very deliberate. You do not need to have seen the movie to understand, enjoy, and appreciate the attraction and the land as a whole. There is nothing in there other than being able to identify, this is what, because this is supposed to take place a generation after the movie. So there's no military presence. There's nothing about even any of the characters from the film. This is about this planet called Pandora. And there are elements that obviously reflect back to the film, but you do not have to have seen the movie. Dave says you don't have to have seen the movie. It takes place so much after. It's an entire generation after. There's no direct correlation between the movie and the land itself. Look, I could do, and I'm going to do an entire show about it, but I'm going to wait until after there is a media event next week. I will be going to. I want to wait until I see it again, and more importantly, I want to see it at night, because from what I understand, nighttime is simply spectacular. So I will discuss it in much greater detail on the show, but I want to give you an idea of what it's like. Obviously, when it opens, the lines are going to be long, and I will tell you, and wouldn't normally say this about probably any other attraction anywhere except maybe Mystic Manor in Hong Kong. If it's a 4-hour wait, it's worth the wait, because you're not going to feel like you're waiting because the way the queue is designed, because there's so much to see in the queue, but you get your money's worth in exchange for the time that you wait online. I, as a local, I sort of have a barometer of how long I would wait. Going back, I would wait a couple hours to go do this again. It's that good. I think it is far and away, the best attraction that Disney's ever created. Now, again, I have not been to Shanghai as yet. I understand there's some pretty spectacular stuff. I haven't seen it as yet, but I will tell you, in having been to the 2 continental parks, there's nothing like it anywhere. It's Super Soarin' Plus. And I would obviously suggest, for those of you who have fast passes, getting fast passes. However, I would actually do the standby queue if you can, because you miss a lot in the fast pass queue. I did the fast pass queue, and then I went back and did it again, and specifically asked if I can go through the standby queue because I wanted to see it, and I'm glad that I did. There is a room that I will not spoil. If you watch, I did post a 360. No, did I do 360? I did a 360 video, I think, of part of the queue. You can check it out on Facebook. Actually, the quality of the 360 videos on my YouTube channel is actually a little bit better than what Facebook allows. I spent a lot of time in a certain section of the queue because there was so much to see. There were so many details. I was trying to sort of take it all in, and I couldn't. And so the point being that you need to do the standby queue at least once, because it's that good. So I'm super, super excited. So Sydney forgot to go through standby. I think you'd have plenty of time to go through it again. So Ricky says we lost you. I love the sound. Did everybody lose you? Did everybody lose me? Or did you just lose me? I'm looking here and it looks like we're not lost. Refresh worked. All right. So, feeling better after cryo sleep. Let's see. I waited a couple hours for Frozen. Never got that time back. Hours waiting for a couple minutes is tough sell. Matt Shane, I will tell you that this is not a couple of minutes. Like, I felt that this attraction lasted like 10 minutes. And maybe because I was excited, maybe it was because of first time, but just when I thought it was over, there was another scene and there was something else that happened. And it was worth the wait. It'll be worth the wait. The land is beautiful. It is meant to be wandered and explored. If you look at some of my 360 videos, I talk about how there's no signage, or at least there wasn't. I think that's very deliberate. They, like Animal Kingdom, they want you to wander this section of the park. I ate at Satuli Canteen. It's also in the live video that I posted. Again, there's 2 sections of the restaurant. Like, where you order is the canteen, the commissary, where the old military installation was, but where you dine is this beautiful organic area, dining area, which sort of reflects the Na'vi culture. The merchandising. Look, I'm not normally a merch guy, but the merch is so unique. You can only get it in Pandora because you're on Pandora. Hey, Keith, how are you, buddy? The merch is, I love what they did with it, because I think there's a little something for everybody. And if you've seen the Banshee, and again, I don't want to spoil it for you, but you don't just go purchase your Banshee. It is an experience. You are paired with a Banshee. You pick the Banshee and the Banshee picks you. And you're not only taught how to interact with this creature, but there's a variety of different options. And I love the fact that they make it an entertainment experience. You can get, and I was going to do it, I'm going to do it next week. You can get yourself as a Na'vi action figure that, unlike my Stormtrooper and my Iron Man, it actually articulates. It's almost like an action figure, and you can pick your headwear. You can pick what he or she is wearing. Kimberly's going to go get the light up flip-flops in 89 days. So again, there are things that interact with the environment. There's the translator. There's even an iPhone case. I almost bought one just because. So there's an iPhone case that when your phone rings, the outside of the case lights up like in these fiber optic kind of lights. It is just, brains fell out of my face because it was that cool. So bring your credit card when you go. I mean, even the keychains were different. Even the there's soft goods, there's t-shirts and stuff like that, but that's not the stuff that really was the most attractive to me about the merchandise. And yeah, Mary, so this is meant to be an environment that you interact with, especially at night. And that's why I'm saving my full review until I actually go next week at night. Erica wants the Banshee so she can wear it at comic conventions. I want to get one next week. Maybe I'll bring them with me to D23 Expo. But it is very, very cool. And of course, there's plush and there's headwear, and you can get a Na'vi braid, you can get a Na'vi tail. I mean, there's a lot of different things. I'm not speaking the Na'vi language yet, but they will. The cast members there, the expats that work there, will be happy to help you understand it. Mark, they actually have a translator that you can buy. And the cool thing about the translator is that it comes with, I think, 15 translation cards in it. And you can also buy mystery packs. And of course, Disney being Disney, smart as they are, there are mystery packs with mystery sort of like bonus cards. So think like blind box Vinylmations. This is blind box with the cards like Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, but there are also special cards that you have to just sort of hope to get or trade for as well. Do they take photos of you like Star Wars? They do. It is a 360 type camera. It is, again, very immersive in story in terms of what you are doing when you go get it. I'm going to try and live broadcast it next week. I'm going to be there. I believe Pandora Day is going to be Wednesday. I'm going to try and live broadcast a lot. I need you guys to be there with me because I'm going to share those experiences with you when they are actually live. Heather, they do not have characters walking around. They don't have any Na'vi, native Na'vi inhabitants walking around. But the thing that I liked, and if you watch the live video that I did when I went into Satuli Canteen, the cast member that I interacted with, all of their name badges are not Disney cast member name badges. They are from Ace, the company that is in charge of the tourism and the environmental aspects of what's going on there. But he had a backstory that I guess he created or had helped create of how he got there, how long he's been there, what he does there, how his journey from Earth to there. And I love the fact that everybody that you talk to really is immersed in the story. Ryan, there are tons of photographers and photo opportunities throughout the land. You can take pictures. I remember at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so. I remember 5 or so photo pass locations. And I actually did bring one thing back. Where is he? I had to bring something back, of course. And I thought about giving away, but he's just so darn cute. I almost forgot to bring out, I haven't named him yet. I don't think he has a name, but this is my little Na'vi baby plush who was made. Unlike, he does not have a voice like the Becky puppet does. But everything that's there you see is not just it's not just the hard banshees, there's soft goods as well. So there's stuff for kids, there's stuff for adults as well. I was blown away by what I had seen there. My expectations, I didn't have any. I didn't know what to expect, what was there, but it was spectacular. Chrissy Chettle says she loved the Geisel Point review. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Martin is coming in. Martin, we're gonna have a good time. Listen, Martin. I think what we got to do is we got to warm up with a little bit of Nomad Lounge, and then we go in, have a little lunch or dinner at Satuli Canteen. Brandy, have I heard about the seat restrictions, especially with legs? So, Brandy, when you sit on the flight of passage, imagine sitting on a half of a motorcycle, and there is a brace that comes up and pushes up gently against your back and then releases a little bit. There's also two small ones that push up against your legs and then release again, just making sure that you don't stand up or get out. I didn't notice that they were there. I believe, obviously, depending on, look, I'm not the biggest guy in the world. And by biggest, I'm like, I'm 4'2", like with stilts. I'm never mind. I felt very comfortable. Certainly, I'm not the biggest guy in the room. I'm not the tallest guy in the room. So it will depend. You're going to have to, unfortunately, just go in and see if you are comfortable, if you're able to do it as well. From what I understand, it is less restrictive than what I have heard other theme parks nearby, some of the issues that they've been having. So, but it is going to be obviously dependent on an individual type of basis. Heather Joel Laredo, I promise you, I was supposed to go to Chicago last year. I promise you, I am going to get to Chicago. It would be better if I had a speaking gig in Chicago. It makes it a lot easier, but hopefully can pull something together this year. Ole Nagati Camille. I think George says, I see you in Navi. I thought that said I'd like some sushi in Navi. You can tell I'm hungry. By the way, it's Katya is not only in the box. Take a minute, give me some hearts, show some love, because today is Katya's birthday, and she's spending and sharing it with us, and I am super excited. Happy birthday, Katya. We are going to celebrate the next time I see you, and I'm going to have to give you a birthday present when we do. You just remind me that I promised you something. So Heather says, dude, I'm trying to get you one. We got to make that happen. I would love to come up to Chicago just because I want deep dish pizza. I mean, I want to see you, but I want deep dish pizza as well. Do they have a test tier you can try in? I believe they do, but I do not believe that it is outside of the attraction. I don't know. Susanna Zanacam Otis says she was in there and she felt she was in there comfortably. RJ Shimp, hey, from Fort Lauderdale. Love Fort Lauderdale. God, I haven't been there in so long. Any tips for attending past Pandora with no fast passes opening weekend? Yes, there's one thing that you've got to bring with you. Write this down. It's PATIENCE. You need to bring your patience with you. And I'm saying that half jokingly and completely seriously. It is going to be, all of Earth is going to be trying to get to Pandora opening weekend. But what I will also tell you is this. The Flight of Passage attraction is worth whatever the wait is going to be. I would not say that about anything else, but I will say it for that. I believe it is that good that it's worth waiting for. Like Happy Hour Sushi, like True Love, it is worth waiting for. So, hey, Chris, what's going on? The test chair is not out yet, but coming, says Susanna Otis. Yeah, I know they said that there was not one outside. I don't know if they have one inside or maybe near the exit somewhere. But I think it would make sense if they had it. But look, I think even the queue is an attraction. I think the standby queue is so well done. It is, again, not wanting to spoil for you. I think it is. I think it's the storytelling, the theming, the aging of the environment, and makes it look like it's been there forever. So it's spectacular. James Ernst, Navi River Journey, again, a very different type of experience. I would love for you to check out my 360 video. I did not do the whole thing, because I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want you to, I don't want to ruin it for you. I want you to see it with your own eyes. But if you want to take a quick look, I did take a little bit of video of the animatronic because I think she is so beautiful, so fluid. You would think that it's a human being.
Stone wet tea.
And the other thing that I want you to be really hyper aware of, and I don't even need to tell you this, but look, I say all the time that Walt Disney World is a multi-sensory experience. It's not just what you see. It's not just what you touch and what you interact with, but listen very carefully, not only as you wander the land itself, but as you walk through the queue, because the queues change, especially Flight of Passage. Really, really listen very, very carefully as you go through. No detail was left out. Stan is more excited for River Passage than he is for the River Journey than Flight of Passage. They're very, very different experiences. I think they're beautiful, each in their own way. But I will tell you, man, the land and even the queue and the attraction itself, I cannot stress that I still believe that Flight of Passage is, without a doubt, the best attraction that I have seen from Imagineering anywhere ever, with the caveat that I have not been to Shanghai as yet. So I'll be very, very curious to see. So Nicholas Carambella says, WRA Allure, awesome. Me and my wife were watching while sitting through her labor at the hospital. Oh my God, that's awesome. Congratulations to you both a little bit in advance. There is nothing, listen, I'm not going to get all weepy and choked up, but man, the beauty, the miracle of childbirth is, it is without words. Forget the Navi River Journey, forget Flight of Passage. What you are experiencing right now is a true miracle. So remember and savor every second of it. And the fact that I'm there, I feel like I'm there during the labor. So good luck to you guys both, and congratulations. So Stan says he thinks he's gonna have his eyes closed. I promise you, you are not going to have, you can't close your eyes. You don't want to blink. And I was happy that there was no on-ride photo, because I probably looked like the biggest idiot in the world, because I literally was like with my mouth open, and I caught myself smiling from ear to ear. And yeah, there was even a scene where I got choked up, because I'm like, man, like a human beings made this. Like this came out of the minds and the imaginations and the talents of a team of human beings, and it is incredible. So, yeah, Michael, I know that Facebook heavily compresses. YouTube compresses a little bit, not so much. I will tell you that my understanding is that over time, Facebook is going to start to compress them less and less and less. But I believe the YouTube ones are a higher resolution. That's why I recently uploaded them there. I can host them, and maybe, I don't know how to do it, maybe create a link to them if that'll, I don't know. If you have, I don't have a VR system, so I don't know exactly how it would work. So imagination is greater than knowledge, says Albert Einstein via Kimberly Bouchard. I agree completely. And man, I'll tell you, the folks at Imagineering, they over-delivered. They over-delivered on this. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like when I see it again next week, when it's sort of really all ramped up. And I cannot wait to go and see it at night. It's going to be amazing. Ray Bramble, longtime listener, first time watching, always hearing in the background when Amber Bramble is watching. I love the fact, Ray, that you call her Amber Bramble, because you know that's how I refer to her. So thank you for being here. with us. Jimmy says they hit a grand slam with it. I think if there was something greater than a grand slam, that's what it would be. Travis says my students in 360 VR last day of school. They love them. That's awesome, man. I didn't even think that people would be able to watch them through their VR or their PSVR, and a bunch of people have said that they have. So I'm going to keep them coming. I'll be shooting more next week. I'll probably actually be shooting one tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a little bit of research for the WDW Nation for this month's scavenger hunt. I'm going out to work on tomorrow. So I have a few ideas of some stuff that I want to share with the nation, especially just for you guys as well. So looking great on a 65-inch screen. That's crazy, Kelly Raven. But that is awesome. And I love the fact your name is Kelly Raven. Like, it sounds like a superhero name. Like, that's your alter ego. Kelly Raven is really whatever, Spider Girl, or the Raven. Like, that's obviously her name would be the Raven. So Amy Peterson, I don't know when June's meetup is going to be as yet. It'll probably be, oh no, that's a lie. I'm not a liar, but I just lied unintentionally, because the June meetup is most likely going to be the day before the cruise, which would most likely be, oh, that's a lie too. No, I have no idea. There's a good chance it'll be the 24th, but there's also a chance it might not be on the 24th. So as of right now, that's when I think it is going, it's going to be. So Michael, I am not using a Gear 360 camera. The camera that I'm using is about this big and fits right on my iPhone. It's super small, and it's amazing what you're able to do. So people can't wait for Star Wars Land. Michael John says, what does your shirt say? Honey, where's my super suit? That's the best. That's the closest I'm going to get to a I almost called him Nick Fury impression, but well, he's still Nick Fury. So, but speaking of some amazing things that I have seen recently, right? So the Navi River journey is obviously is spectacular. Pandora is spectacular. But I will tell you that last week, and I want to sort of have a little. I think this will be an interesting conversation, because this right now I know is a something that's to be. I have not seen Happily Ever After. I'm going to see it this coming week, but I will tell you what I did see, and what I had only seen glimpses of online, but it's very different when I saw it in person. And what I saw this week was that I was out in Disneyland and I saw the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout building from the outside. I did not get a chance to ride it, although they were testing it. And I will tell you, I've heard some very interesting discussion and complaints and freakouts, sometimes from the same people that when they announced Pandora back in 2011, when they announced Pandora, they swore, this is not me, I am never stepping foot in Pandora because I am vehemently opposed to the... Yeah, I have a feeling that they've been there already, because I know that they have. Many of these same people are like, I'm never going to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout because blah. Yeah, when you see it in person, it's very, very different. Colin says it's more impressive than I expected it to be. That's exactly what I said. When I got there, I was like, this is actually cool. I think the problem is that when you see this tower, you think Twilight Zone Tower. Go back and watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Go look at Tavon's, the original collector's building. There's a lot of elements on the exterior. It's a wide shot, so you have to sort of pause it. But I watched Guardians the other night, after seeing Volume 2 twice. I watched Guardians the other night, and elements on this building are exactly elements from the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, where the collector's tower was. And look, I am not one to talk about rumors, especially but I look, right now, today, does this fit in with the theming of Buena Vista Street? Absolutely not. When the trolley car goes by out front, you're like, wait, what the what? But think about it. Take a second. What do you think that means? Right? Disney is not all of a sudden going to stop the integrity of the storytelling for a single attraction, right? California Adventure and Disneyland offer different sets of problems because they do not have the blessing of size. They have only with what they can work within. That being said, what do you think this means? If I was a betting man, and I am a betting man, and I'll say it today, May 17th, 2017, this is the first of what I think is going to be a radical change coming to Disney California Adventure. I believe Buena Vista Street is going to go away. I believe Buena Vista Street and some of the areas around, I believe part of Bugs Land, are going to go away for a Marvel-themed land. This is the first step in creating a cohesive Marvel cinematic and comic book universe that's going to come together in Disney California Adventure. It's not going to be the boys on the trolley car singing show tunes from the 20s and then Tavon's collector's tower in the background. It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense because what is coming there is going to be a land dedicated to and devoted to Marvel. And now after you walk into the entrance of California Adventure, you're going to make a left turn and you are going to step into a world where all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe comes together. Look, spoiler alert, you possibly know what's coming for Infinity War. You know what is starting to happen with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. You've seen what's happened with the Avengers, Spider-Man, the Avengers, Thor, Asgard, Guardians of the Galaxy. They're all kind of coming together, and that is going to be the world where these people live. It's going to be where the Marvel Cinematic Universe exists, at least for the time being, in these United States west of the Mississippi, although I think that's going to change too. So the reason why Guardians is there, the reason why Guardians doesn't make sense now is because it's going to make total sense in a number of years. Please, sweet baby Jesus, let them announce it's a D23 Expo. But in the next few years, when that section of Buena Vista Street and possibly Bugs Land becomes this Marvel land, this Marvel world, this part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it is all going to make sense. So for the detractors who are upset and angry and can't believe this abomination what Disney has done, I want to record those things, and I've even I screenshot some of the things about how vehemently opposed. I am never stepping foot in California Adventure again. It's all going to make sense later on when the rest of the Marvel universe comes into play in California Adventure. If I was to lay bets on it right now, I would take it. Anybody, anytime of what I think is coming to that park sooner rather than later. So there's a lot of expansion going on. There's a lot of things happening, not just with Star Wars Land, not just what's happening here with Star Wars and Toy Story Land, but I think this is going to be the next large transformation is the Marvel, and I'm calling it the cinematic universe because it's going to encompass a lot more than just just Guardians of the Galaxy. But you are going to see Disney's investment in Marvel is substantial. The success of the Marvel films and the entire Marvel franchise since Disney acquired Marvel has been unprecedented, right? It only makes sense for them to be able to bring those experiences to life. And look, I'm going to bring it full circle, 360 degrees, not just like the video, but it goes back to what Walt wanted to do, right? The reason why Fantasyland is because Walt wanted to give people the opportunity to experience the films and the worlds that they saw and the characters and the environments that they saw, not in 2 dimensions, but in 3 dimensions. That is what Guardians of the Galaxy is going to do for Marvel. That's what the rest of Buena Vista Street is going to do for Marvel. And that's just what I think. I can be completely wrong. And 2 years from now, if I'm still alive and still doing it, like, come on, Mangello, where's Marvel Land? Can I be wrong? Absolutely. Do I think I'm right? I would lay money on it. I would lay money that this is the beginning of the section of Disney California that is going to be the Marvel themed environment. And if they would, I'm not that I expect them to now because there's so much going on with Star Wars and Toy Story coming up. But I also think there's something else happening at World too. I've said it for a couple of years. Tomorrowland is about to get a huge update. So don't think of these as rumors. Think of them as my completely unfounded predictions. West Coast is going to get a Marvel themed land starting with Guardians of the Galaxy in Disney California Adventure, and East Coast is going to get a major upgrade to Tomorrowland. I will write it. I will bank on it because that is what I think is going to happen on both coasts. So, and I also think too that at some point in the future, not immediate, but I think within 10 years, there will undoubtedly be a huge Marvel presence here in Walt Disney World as well. The existing agreement with Universal in terms of the characters and the licensing and not to get into the legalities of what it is and what they can and cannot do with it, that is going to change for a variety of reasons, and you will undoubtedly see Marvel here in Walt Disney World as well. It'll be different. It'll be different than what you see in Disneyland, but you will see something happen in World as well. So I am super stupid excited for it. You can tell by all of my Marvel stuff and all of my Spidey stuff that I am a huge Marvel fan. I cannot wait for it, and I cannot wait to go back to Disneyland for Expo so I can see and experience Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout firsthand, and then get off and celebrate together with you and a cozy cone, because that's like the perfect night right there. I think a cozy cone and anything is a perfect night. Becky, am I talking about Universal? I am, but only in terms of, well, I won't go down that road, but I think the agreement, my point was the agreement that Disney currently has in place with Universal regarding the licensing of the Marvel characters is not going to remain the same way ad infinitum. I believe some things are going to change, not just on the West Coast, but on the East Coast as well. So anyway, they will announce the return of the People Mover. Mark my words. All right, Otis, what do you want to do? You are banking on the People Mover coming back to Disneyland. You want to put your money where your mouth is? And by money where your mouth is, I mean you want to lay a cozy cone on the line for that? And I just want an opportunity to have a cozy cone, whether I have to buy it or not. If they announce the return of the People Mover, I will buy you and me a cozy cone. If they do not announce the return of the People Mover, you will buy you and me 2 cozy cones. I think that's fair. All in favor, say aye. Aye. I think that's a good bet. I think that's a good bet. Marla Chan, I'm so sad that I missed you and your taco flavored Doritos last week when I was there, but and I didn't have a chimichanga either. I was running around like a crazy person working on something for Expo, by the way, which I'm not. I want to reveal and I can't. I mean, I should, but I can't, but I won't. But it is something that's going to take place the day after Expo on June 17th. So if you're going to be out there, I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And I'm super excited. And Becky, yes, I'm already working on it. So my trip out there was not just to speak, but was also to work on that project because we had to switch some things around, as it were. But quick aside, I will tell you, and this is just the Disney nerd in me coming out. I was able to actually speak. I was an opening keynote and did a workshop at the Disneyland Hotel, and I've gotten to speak in a lot of places, like in this country and around the world. I've been to the Philippines. I've been to but there was something about sort of knowing I was in the Disneyland Hotel, like the original place, that I have to tell you, like, just from a personal perspective, was just so cool and so neat. And as I walked out of the room and I see that wall of memorabilia that I loved so much, I was like, this is like, thanks to you guys. Like, I lead a very good life, and I am super, and I'm saying it because I owe it to you guys, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So, Whose Turvis Tumblr collection is more extensive, you or my? It's me. I'm a Turvis guy. This is one of my favorites. Obviously, sort of going back to the conversation about Marvel. I also, Marnie, if you're still here, I used my Darth Vader one today for my green tea and honey. And I love the big Turvis tumblers because you can fit a ton of stuff in there. It'll last you like all day. Brian says, can we settle the debate between Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland for who played the better Spider-Man since you like Spidey too? It's Tom Holland. Tom Holland is Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was not Peter Parker. There was a cockiness and arrogance to him that the original Peter Parker from the early comics did not have. Tobey Maguire was good in the third movie, but there is something about this new kid that he just screams Peter Parker to me. There's a humility and an innocence and a naivete that he has that just sort of makes I look at him and I can see him in the comics. So of all the movies that are coming out, and I've seen, look, I loved Guardians. I'm super excited for Ragnarok. He's a friend from work. But I will tell you, Spider-Man, this is what I've been waiting for. Like, this is the movie I've been waiting for my whole life because I know that they're going to do it right. Speaking of doing it right, Larson Eisenberg, how are you, my friend? And please give a belated Mother's Day hello to your beautiful wife. I cannot wait to see you guys next month and meet your beautiful daughter. So Becky Menken, don't make Thor creepy. Don't make that sound and do the thing with your eyes and make it creepy because I'll pull the puppet out and I'll go to town. So Dan Kelly says, I'm so far behind on Marvel movies. So watch Guardians Volume 1, then go out and see Guardians 2. Then you also need to see Avengers. You need to see Civil War. You need to see Winter Soldier. You need to see them all except probably Thor Dark World. I mean, you can see that one too, but it's probably lowest on the list. So get your Spidey underoos out. Dude, as if I'm not wearing them right now. Come on now. Martin Shergold, I excited to say flames from the side of my face, Spider-Man. All of my Spider-Man goodness I've been collecting over all these years. Finally, the movie that I've been waiting for is about to happen. And I have complete and utter faith in the creatives that are working on it. That I know they're going to make this and the films to follow after. They're going to do it the right way and give Spidey the love that he deserves. So, John Jones been buying a ton of Star Wars Legos. Hi, Becky, my princess. I just like the fact that everybody calls Becky princess because that's how I deserve to be treated. Bill is heading down this weekend. So, Bill, I don't know if I'm going to be in the parks this weekend at all. A little bit tomorrow to do some work. But where is my Spider-Man? So, Martin, I almost wore it tonight. I was looking at that one. I was looking at this one. I was trying to figure out what shirt to wear. But I ended up going with my super suit. So, next week, I promise, I will wear my I don't remember what the name of the team is. But that's my favorite team. So, Darlene, I have not watched Iron Fist as yet. I'm still making my way through Luke Cage, Power Man, which has its moments. It's a little tougher to get through than Jessica Jones, certainly than Daredevil. As soon as I'm done with Luke Cage, I'm going to move over to Iron Fist. I don't get a lot of time to binge watch. I usually don't get a chance to watch TV until really late at night. And by late at night, I mean 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So maybe I can get a single episode in before I pass out. So, wait, you have something else you're supposed to wear? Oh, I am not. Oh, you're right. I forgot. I mean, I can go get it, but it's hot. It's like Florida hot. You're gonna be Becky. I'm gonna hear her complain all next week, which will be good practice for Shanghai. So I can hear you complain for 3 weeks in Shanghai about the heat as well. Iron Fist was the rougher of the 4. Yikes. Yeesh. Luke Cage ends better than it starts. Josh, I hope so. I hope so. I heard not great things about Iron Fist, but I will give it a chance. A lot of good Marvel stuff that's coming up. I don't know if you saw the preview for the new Marvel series that's coming to Fox later on this year. That looks interesting. And it's interesting how they referenced X-Men in there as well. John Jones, they called you Iron Man at the hospital. I dig it. Joseph Jones, who I assume you're John Jones' brother. Cool, man. Whatever works for you, buddy. We will make it happen. So, 90 degrees in Connecticut. Wish we had air conditioning. It's brutal. I need to catch up on Daredevil, Luke Cage. Darlene, Daredevil first. Or Luke Cage, because Daredevil is so much better. Elektra's awesome for so many reasons. By the way, is Nikki still in here? Is Nikki Keller still in here? I want to show you. I got the thing that you sent me, and I want to show it to you. And I can't see right here. My hair loves me. I almost did that in Becky voice, but I'm losing my voice tonight. So just plain hot in Jersey. That's so. When I moved from Jersey, I was like, oh, it's so hot in Florida. I'm like, it's hot in Jersey too, but at least here we got Disney World. Oh, Nikki Keller, you are here. So can I show what you sent me? Is it okay that I show what you sent me so people don't think, people already think I'm a crazy person, but they really don't think I'm a crazy person? And I don't mean the Doritos. I mean the other thing. And I can't, tonight, if I get done early, I'm going to get done with the Doritos. So when I came home from California, there was a couple of care packages waiting here for me, and one had a beautiful, lovely, like handwritten note, and this was the most important part of what you sent me, but even more so than the Doritos. But you also sent me something else, and I think it's because you know that I seem like a crazy person. When I look to the side and there's nobody there for me to talk to, you gave me somebody to talk to. And so now, thanks to you, on my door, I have a little Peter Pan shadow. So I don't know if you guys can see him sitting up there. And that is thanks to you, and I really, really, really appreciate that. And I was able to get it on there today with no bubbles and and pretty well. So thank you so, so much. And even though I'm trying to get in better shape, because I appreciate you, because I love you for doing that, I'm going to eat that entire family-sized bag of Doritos tonight. Maybe while I watch some Luke Cage Iron Fist. So he is awesome. Thank you. I have the other part too, which I might actually put on the outside of the door. So when people come over, they know exactly what is in here. So thank you so much. I owe you whatever you would like. And actually, I know what I'm going to send you in return. Do I have your return address? So Nikki, do me a favor. Email me your return address because I'm going to send you, and I'm also going to give one away tonight, I think. I'm going to send you a brand spanking new, never been seen before WDW radio giveaway. It's not the hot and cold mug. It is not the iPhone case, because not everybody has an iPhone, and every time they come out with a new iPhone, I have like stacks of cases. It's not a sticker. It's not a Magic Band cover. It's something even better. And it literally, I'm holding one of the first ones in my hands right now. And they're all the rage with the kids. And in fact, I have one that I use on my phone as well. You may have seen these before. So on the back of your phone, it's something called a pop socket, where you pop it out and it becomes a holder for your phone. It also becomes a stand for your phone as well, which I love using like when I'm on a plane. But better yet, if you get the mount, you can mount it in your car. But what would be better than having a pop socket, you say? I have the answer. What if I gave you a WDW radio pop socket with the stand? So it is a WDW radio pop socket. You just stick it right to the back of your phone like that. And then it also comes with this little handy dandy stand that you can stick onto your car. And then what you do, you stick it on the thing and then yoink, it just slides right in and then pops right back out. I am super, super excited for these, to give these away. And because, Nikki, you sent me that incredibly thoughtful and generous care package, I will send you the very first one out of the box. I just got these in a couple of weeks ago. And maybe if you guys like them, maybe if we do 20 questions tonight, I'll give another one away to you guys as well. And what I like about these is, unlike the iPhone cases, like if you have a 6, a 7, a 7 Plus, an Android, whatever, I don't have to worry about what case fits what. This fits on the back of anything. It has 3M tape on the back, so it comes off very easily. And yes, yoink. So how do I get it? How do I get it? I'm going to give these away as prizes for the show. I'm also going to bring them to Expo as well. So if you come by the WDW Radio and Mouse Fan Travel booth, yes, somehow we are together again. This is, how many Expos is this now? 5? We are together again, like Kermit and Fozzie at Expo. And we'll have these to give away there. So I'm happy that I was able to get these in time to show you. I didn't know how long it was going to take, and they turned them around really, really quickly. So I'll be giving these away. Maybe I'll even carry some with me if I do like meetups or whatever in the parks. And do I have any iPhone 5 cases I'm trying to get rid of? Stan Solo, I think I do. I have to check the prize closet in my garage and see what I have left. But do me a favor, shoot me an email, man, and I will, if I have one, you know it is absolutely yours. So at Meets of the Month, if we put them tighter, do we have meat superpowers? Oh, if you put them together. Oh, I think, is that what you're saying? If you put like 2 of them together and match it, yes. It's like Wonder Twin powers activate. Is that what you're saying? Jason Lazada, one of my good friends from New Orleans. How are you, my friend? How is my friend Connor and your wife and all of the rest of the New Orleans crew? Nikki Keller, big hug right back to you as well. So, Jody Johnson Jinneman, you have the best name ever. It's like J. Jonah Jameson. Do I have a case for an iPod Nano? I have a case for an original. Actually, I have an original iPod. I still have my original iPod with a Mickey Mouse. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a Mickey Mouse cover on my old, like, this is OG, baby. This is like, that is original iPod right there. The thing is like a giant, it's like the size of a phone. But remember at the time, how cool we thought it actually was. And if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you know the joke about that. Anyway, so, let's see. Somebody said something about the Zune. I get it, man. The click wheel, right? Remember that? Like scrolling through? It actually still works. I fired it up a couple of months ago just to see, and all my songs are still on there. 300 songs? Yeah, hundreds of songs. So, Jimmy, it is like, this weighs more than this. This weighs more than this. So, it, yeah, if it wasn't charged up, I would show you. So, yeah, but remember like scrolling, like remember using like the scroll wheel? Do I have a case for a Zune HD? I don't, but you can win one of the pop sockets, which fits on anything, which is exactly what I like about it. So you don't have to even change your case. So my Zune is still, listen, I knew Martin, so I'm actually friends with the guy who headed up the Zune department over at Microsoft. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, and he still carries his Zune around because he just believes it's a better device. He just loves that device. And there was some features to the Zune that I think were a little bit different and maybe even superior to the iPod, but it just did not have the penetration at all to do it. So you listen to the first 400 WDW Radio podcast on your Zune HT. John, if you still have that and have the Zune with WDW Radio on it, send me a picture of that because that would be awesome. I would love to see that. So, pop socket plus duct tape. It's still got your wham on it. You don't mean like wham, like Careless Whisper, you mean some other kind of Wham. I don't know. Whoa! I can't say. What can I say? What did I say? Did I use a potty mouth? Corey Bassett, my friend, how are you, buddy? It linked with the Xbox. Well, killed the Sony Discman. Yeah, listen, but that's you need to look. You need to innovate or die, and the Zune did not innovate, unfortunately, fast enough. So. Somebody says, I love the live restaurant podcast. James Ernst, thank you so much. Clearly, I love doing them as much as I love sharing them. And Satuli Canteen obviously is going to have to come up very, very soon. So, Mike Grady Queen, good to see you as well. Jim Orhosky, I wish I could show you. I still have, and I saw it this morning because I was looking for something in my closet. I still have one of my first MP3 players. It wasn't even a Zune. It wasn't an iPod. It was just an MP3 player. It was the size of like a lipstick case, about that big, and it held, I don't know, a few hundred songs on it. It was by, maybe it was by Creative. It might have been Creative. The old old school, the old Sound Blaster audio cards for your PC. Nerd alert! They made one of the first MP3 players, and that's where I'll have to get it out. It's right there. I should get it, but nobody cares. Better yet, let's bring back boom boxes. Oh, and my breakdancing day. You said that out loud. I know. Forget what I just said. Digital River, Fred Avely. Oh my gosh. All the nerds are coming out to play tonight. This is awesome. I know, Colin Kendall, way before a lot of people's time. Somebody said something to me today. We were discussing something, and when I realized it was 30 years ago, and I was 18, I was like, oh, vey. Music Max Jukebox. Oh, my God. I remember like Winamp. Like, Winamp was like it. Like, that was the player. But I loved Music Match better than Winamp. I did not dig Winamp as much. I still have Parachute Pants. Your first was from an Audible MP3 player. Jeez Louise. Well, MP3 is actually dead. The first volley of killing that format has been shot, and the Creative MP3 is even like, yeah, MP3 is dead. It's AAC and some of the other lossless formats instead of Winamp, instead of MP3. So I would have to start making some switches from publishing an MP3 into AAC and some of the other formats. And again, Lou Mangello, talking like this is why girls never wanted to kiss you. So I still remember having to encode whatever FLAC. I still have FLAC files that I have to convert, which is crazy. But anyway, all right, so let's see. What else do we have there was something else I wanted to bring up tonight, and I don't remember what it was. I'm forgetting. I don't know. We'll see. What time is it? It's 8:38. What do you say? We take want to take a couple of calls? You guys want to do a couple of phone calls real quick? Since I haven't been here in a couple of weeks, let me pull up the phone number, and you guys can call in with a question, a comment, whatever it might be. While I try and find that, don't forget that as the purge is still going on, because in order for me to make room for the new stuff, I got to get rid of the old stuff. Please don't forget about the eBay auctions every Sunday night. They start and begin usually about 10 items a week from my Disney and Star Wars collection. All right, so here you go. Here is the call-in number. Excuse me. If you'd like to call into the show with a question. And, wow, look at you. You guys are fast. Hey, this is Lou. You're on the air.
Hello, Lou. I'm calling from Georgia. Should I just leave it like that?
Let me guess. Let me see if I can guess who you are. You have...
And be sure and use all my names. Go ahead.
3 names, and your initials are TSD, and you carry around strange puppets with you. You are, of course, my friend, Terry Stinson Doherty.
Yay!
How are you?
I currently have no puppets. I'm just saying is all.
Yikes. Wait a minute. Who has the puppy? And if it doesn't begin with, if this person's initials are not N-O, I'm going to be really concerned.
Well, who else would I have seen? N-O is the only person I've seen, so
okay.
That's
just
that's
sure
who
you
I
didn't
left the
give it to
puppets
Becky.
with.
As long as you didn't give it to Becky. So.
You were with Becky. How in the world would I be able to give that to Becky? So, how's it going?
Things are great.
Seeing you last.
I know.
Good.
I'm sorry that I missed you.
Well, I will make it down eventually when you are in Florida at the same time I am in Florida. And won't that be lovely?
I would love
and we'll have that girls' night out where we're all going to go eat something. Boathouse. I've had Boathouse now.
I have not forgotten about girls' night out. You guys choose
I have
the
had
restaurant.
Boathouse. I have had Boathouse, and it was wonderful.
What'd you have?
Oh, I had, it was a burger. It was a tuna. Come on, help me. Ahi tuna burger. Yes.
Nice.
And so it was very nice. I had slaw instead of fries. Nikki had fries. I had slaw. I thought the slaw was awesome.
Nice.
So.
Nice. I love it.
And I had a drink, and I made sure that it was very sweet and bright pink in color. And Nikki said it reminded her of someone else. And I was like, yay!
Sure it did. And I appreciate you bringing, at least if I couldn't have been there in person, I appreciate you bringing my puppet counterpart with you.
Oh, he had a great time. He loved the wind blowing in his hair. Oh, and did you see him in the boat? He has a little boat.
I did.
So.
I love it. You guys are too much.
Okay. All right. Well, I just wanted to call and say hello.
Well, it's good to hear from you. I can't wait to see you again down here.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ricky, thank you very much. I did just turn up my mic. Hopefully that will do it. And let me doing this without my glasses on. So, all right, here is the number. Excuse me. If you want to call in, we'll take a couple more calls. Hey, it's Lou. You're on the air.
Hello, Lou.
Who's this?
Andrew.
Andrew, wait a minute. Is this the Andrew Prince?
Yes, this is the Andrew Prince.
Is it Mr. Disney on Wheels?
Hello, Lou. Hang on. I'm turning off the live podcast.
It's like the old days of radio.
What did you say?
I said you are of Disney on Wheels and WDW radio blog fame, correct?
What?
How are you, buddy?
Save us some pop sockets, please.
Listen, there is a pop socket with your name on it. I promise.
Yeah.
When are you guys coming down here again?
I have no idea.
You
for
need
the
to
coming down puppet.
You need to come down to do some research.
We'll be popping in the booth at D23 sometime.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So, I'm super excited for D23. It's going to be great to see you out there.
I got my wisdom teeth out today.
Oh.
That was painless, but
yeah, when it all wears off, you'll feel it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Buddy.
Yeah, it's kind of recovery mode today.
Sure.
So
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Rest up and treat yourself to some ice cream.
Yeah.
All right. Buddy.
Luckily, it was Wednesday with box night.
Say again?
I said, luckily it was Wednesday with box night.
Well, I appreciate
so,
you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you getting through the pain to come up and watch.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Well, I'll see you at G23.
You got it, man. Take care. Say hi to your family for me.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Let's put the number up. So that is Andrew Prince. He does the Disney on Wheels column over at WDWradio.com. So if you know anybody who comes to the parks with special needs, he does a lot about traveling with special needs to the parks. And let me put this back up again. And what time is it? 8:45. All right, we'll take a couple of more calls. And I just missed one. Hey, this is Lou, and you are on the air.
Lou, my friend.
Jimmy Styles. I'm sorry, James
What?
Styles.
No. It's back to Jimmy on Facebook.
Oh, you're
now.
back to Jimmy on Facebook.
What
How you
is
doing,
going on, brother?
Hey, man. Are you still recovering and looking forward to getting back to Pandora, or what?
Like, I can't even tell you how much I want to go back to that land. I don't want to wait another week.
So I'm not exaggerating, right? And when I talk about how beautiful it is, what that Flight of Passage attraction is like.
It's unbelievable. Like, I still don't even really have the words to describe it. Like, I think the only one of your five senses you don't kind of get, you don't use is taste in that attraction, because like you see, you hear, you feel everything. Like there's
well, if you had
smells
your
in there.
if you have your mouth open the entire time like I do, there was a little bit of a taste when one of the things happened.
All right, yeah, okay,
So-
I'll give you that one then. And I don't think you can help but have your mouth open the whole time.
Yeah, it's I think it's unlike anything we've seen before.
It really is. I mean, like, I've basically been telling everybody when they ask me, like, what's the ride like? I'm saying it's basically Soarin' on steroids, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you only use Soarin' as a reference point in terms of having that large screen in front of you, but the screen is different, the quality is different, the experience is so different because of the way that you're sitting, because of, I mean, look, the quality and the clarity of what is on screen, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, like you never lose focus on the screen, no matter which way you look. Like if you move your head a little to the left, everything stays in focus.
Yeah.
To the right, it's still in focus. It's just so absolutely immersive. It's unbelievable.
I mean, I keep saying because I felt like I was flying.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like I kind of like I had to look down for a second and see if there was actually a banshee underneath me, because that's really what it felt like.
Yeah, and there's aspects of it that I don't want to spoil for people, but you feel like you are riding a living, breathing thing. You don't feel like you're on a motorcycle.
Absolutely. Like I know exactly what you're talking about, like which part you're talking about that you don't want to give away. And I was just like, holy cow, is this really happening?
Yeah. And didn't it seem like it was a long, like the length of time the attraction, like I don't mean the queue, but the attraction itself. Like, look, you ride Goofy's Barnstormer and 39 seconds later you're done. This felt like a long attraction to me.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I felt a few times like I thought it was going to end, and then it took us to a different scene. And I was like, holy cow, there's more. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's so Susanna Otis is in the box. She's saying it as well. You forget that you're wearing glasses. I mean, it's just you have to see it to believe it, honestly.
Yeah, and like I'm going to be there on opening day. I'm one of those crazies. I
You better get in line now.
What's that?
You better get in line now.
Start camping out now. I have a fast pass for River Journey on opening day, so at least I have one. But I will have absolutely no problem waiting 4 hours opening day to ride.
So did you go through the standby queue while you were there?
I did. When we actually for our preview we were supposed to be in from 6 to 8. They actually let us in early. We got in at 5, which was really nice. It gave us a whole extra hour to kind of explore. So as soon as we got there, our pass was to basically get right on Flight of Passage. So we went right in, and it took us through the fast pass queue. And after we kind of hung out for a little while, we went to see if the attraction was still open for the general public. They weren't doing any more rides, but they let everybody go through the standby queue. And just walking through the standby queue, it's the longest standby queue I've ever seen.
Yeah, right.
And the details in it, like just from like I don't want to really give it away to anybody, but just like where your kind of environment changes in that standby queue is unbelievable. And the details are so absolutely 100% spot on. It was just absolutely perfect.
The storytelling in the queue itself is so well done. Look, and when you get into that one room and you are in some of the you're out of the sort of the organic Navi environment and you're into the facility, some of the things that you see in there, I don't know if you saw those little black creatures, those cleaning creatures that were moving around.
I could not stop looking at them.
Holy smokes. Nikki says it's long but gorgeous. You're right. I spent so much time in that room just looking around trying to take it all in.
Yeah, I went with our buddy Pete Tadone, and we just could not stop taking pictures of everything because there was just so many different things that we wanted to get pictures of because there were so many cool little details that they had.
Yep.
Even just when you're in kind of the lab area and you look at the books on the wall, like they didn't miss a single detail in that entire queue.
And Susanna says, I only saw it once long ago, and I wasn't lost, but it made me want to see the movie again, though. And the movie just happened to be, it was on TV this past weekend. I was watching it again, but I think the point is you don't have to have ever seen the movie to get it.
I definitely agree with that, and I actually watched the movie the night before my preview, and I think after going to the preview, it makes the movie better.
Mm-hmm.
There's the whole underlying,
well, you
story
pick
of,
up things in the movie that you've seen in real life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and again, we're being somewhat evasive because we don't want to spoil it. I cannot wait to see that environment at night. That is really what I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
Like I said, our preview was supposed to go till 8:00. We tried to linger as late as we could, but they didn't really turn much of the bioluminescence on. The ground was glowing, I could say, but where I can't wait till they have everything going 100%. It's going to be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, man, I've been saying it for however long. Animal Kingdom is now going to be the park to go to at night.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait.
Yep. So cool, man. I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, man. I cannot wait. I will be there next Saturday.
All right, brother. Good stuff, man. We'll have to go. We'll have to hit it. I mean, I'm not going to go on Saturday because you're a crazy person, but one of these days we'll have to go during the day together.
Absolutely. I am 100% down. You know that.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling, man.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Good man right there, Jimmy Styles. All right, what time is it? 8:52. All right, so let me ask you this. Do I take another call or do we play 20 questions to give away the pop socket and mount? I think I know where this answer is going to be. Rob couldn't stay long on the box. Wanted to say hey to the box family. Rob De Leon, thank you for being here. Did you get what was going on not seen the movie? Absolutely. Pandora, the world of Avatar, has nothing to do with Avatar the film. The only connection that you'll be able to really make is that the film took place a generation before, and there are some remnants of what you see in the film in this land, but you don't have to see the film in order to make the connection. If anybody's interested, in case there's an accident, the Disney Springs Theater is showing Avatar in 3D. If you need to be up on your backstory, before you check out Pandora. It seems like the overwhelming response is that you guys want to play 20 questions. So I will put down the phone and we'll play 20 questions to win the custom WDW Radio pop socket and mount. So what I will do is I will write down something in Walt Disney World, whether it is an attraction, a show, a character, a land, a restaurant, an item. It could be anything. And what I'll do is I will take 20 yes or no, questions in here, and the first person to get it right will win the pop sock. Now, disclaimer, I am watching it. It goes by pretty fast. I am watching it. It'll be the first person that I see that gets it, but don't worry. If you guys like these, I promise, I will give these away on future shows as long as you promise to share and invite more people next time you come back. So let me do this. Let me write down something. Okay, so I have written it down, and I will take 20 yes or no questions. The first person that I see that gets it right wins the custom WDW Radio pop socket and mount. So, ready? Go. I'll start taking questions now. 20 yes or no questions. Rob De Leon says, is it in the parks? Yes. That's one. Somebody says, okay, well, wait a minute. Those are going too fast. Isn't in Epcot? No. Is it a person? No. Is it a restaurant? Surprisingly, no. That's 4. Is it Satuli Canteen? No, that's 5. Does it float? We all float down here, but no. Is it extinct? No. Is it food? Shocker. No, it's not. Is it in the Magic Kingdom? No. That's 9. I'm reading them as fast as I can. Let's see. Food. No. Is it a nighttime show? No, that's 10. Is it in Pandora? No, that's 11. Is it an Animal Kingdom? Yes, that's 12. Is it a show? No, that's 13. Susanna Otis. Is it a waterfall? No, but that's a waste of a question, but it's 14. Is it a banshee? No, that's 15. It is an Animal Kingdom. It is an attraction, but it is not any of the things that you just mentioned. Let me scroll through and see here. Animal Kingdom, yes. Is it Hollywood Studios? I won't answer that because it's not Star Tours. I won't answer that. Is it Everest? No, that's 15, 16. Is it Everest? Is it Dinosaur? No. Is it the Safari? No, that's 18. Is it an attraction with animals? Yes, it's 19. Yikes. Is it Flights of Wonder? No, that's 20. Wah, wah, wah. But I don't care. Keep on going. Is it Kilimanjaro? No. Tough to be a Bug? No. Cali River Rapids? No. Primeval World? No. Jungle Cruise? No. Jungle Cruise? It's not Animal Kingdom. Tough to be a Bug? No. Cali River Rapids? No. Primeval World? Dinosaur? Bug? Lion King? Planet Watch? Bug's Life? Wild Africa Trek? Lion King Safari? Little Nemo? Mimo, says Jim Orahoski. Wildlife Express, Dig Site, Flights of Wonder, Maharaja Jungle Trek. Who said, wait a minute, did Heather D. Richards just say Maharaja Jungle Trek? And the crowd, and by crowd I mean the Peter Pan cutout, goes wild. So, wait a minute. So you are the winner of the Pop Socket, which fits any phone, by the way. So do me a favor, message me on Facebook, or you can email me, Lou at WDW Radio, with your address, and I will get your pop socket out to you right away. If you played last week and didn't win, that's okay, because, no, sorry, wrong spiel. If you played today and didn't win, thank you so much for playing. If you didn't win, don't worry, because I'm going to have more of these to give out and to have for prizes. And I think this will be this week's trivia contest prize. So what are you going to do? You're going to tune into this week's show, and you're going to enter the trivia contest, and you might win one of these. And I'll also, if you come in Expo, I'll have some at Expo. If you come to the Meets of the Month, maybe I'll give out some pop sockets, maybe without the mount. I'm going to stick a bunch of them in my pocket and bring it to you. Shelly says, I am not very fast. Is there Frito-Lay cozy? Oh, God, I want Frito. I would love a cozy cone right now like there's nobody's business. Anyway, what time is it? It is 9 o'clock. So let's just sort of recap a couple of things, if you guys don't mind. Please, if you haven't checked out my 360 VR videos of both Navi River Journey, as well as a walkthrough, Pandora, the World of Avatar. I'll also do the queue of Flights of Passage in 3D and 360. Please do me a favor. Go and check those out. More importantly, please share them with your friends, in your groups, on Facebook, Twitter, wherever it might be. Let's see. Don't forget that if you are looking to come with us to Alaska next year, there is still room on the big boat. I would love for you guys to be there as well. And if I can, look, you guys have given me the gift of allowing me to do and share what I love with you. If you want to turn what you love into what you do, I would love, love, love to be able to help you. There are now, this is actually wrong, there are less than 20 seats available for my Momentum Workshop Weekend in Walt Disney World, and it's during Food and Wine, in Walt Disney World, October 14th through the 17th. If you go to LouMongello.com/momentum17, you can go and check it out. Also, don't forget that you can get new logo gear, including the 10th anniversary logo and cruise logo gear at the logo shop as well. Let's see. What else am I forgetting? I'm sure there's something else. I'm sure there's plenty more that I'm forgetting, but that's all right. It doesn't really matter. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. Look at that. I snap and it goes on. Snap and it goes off. Big thanks, as always, to Becky Mankin and her team, her awesome team, by the way, over at mousefantravel.com for helping to make so much of what we do together as a community possible. I am, dare I say, excited about sharing a booth with her once again. God help us and save us at D23 Expo. And, 2.5 weeks in a foreign country with not very good internet, but it's going to be fun. But if you are coming to World or Land or Cruise, please go and check out Becky and the team over at mousefantravel.com. We actually had fun last week. We had fun last week in Disneyland, and we didn't kill each other, which is like 2 wins for the price of 1. John Matter, the 360 videos are on YouTube. I don't have a graphic for it, but if you go to youtube.com/WDW Radio, they're actually better quality there, so you can check them out there. And again, all I ask you guys to do is please help spread the word. Share the videos. I haven't seen anybody else doing any of this at Disney in 360 as yet, so I would love to help spread the word and get as many people as out to see it. Corey Bassett, you actually reminded me of something that I completely forgot about for D23 Expo. I will say this very quickly. If you are coming to D23 Expo, or if you want to come to D23 Expo, I am looking for some assistance on the production side of live video. It is a working gig, but there's obviously fun to be had as well. But if you are interested in helping out with that, shoot me a message over on Facebook or email me, and I'll talk more about it maybe on next week's. Next week I'm going to be in Pandora, live from Pandora, so definitely stay tuned. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, lots and lots of live stuff going on next week. So please, please, please make sure you guys tune in. Turn on notifications if you haven't turned them on as yet, so you make sure you get notified when I go live Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from Walt Disney World. Thank you guys so very much for the gift, the blessing of being able to do this and share this with you tonight and every week, and with the show and with the videos and in all so many different ways. I sincerely, sincerely appreciate you and this guy. It's almost, never mind. I already have a Becky puppet, but thank you guys again for your friendship. It is awesome. Kristen Furman Simmons, it was so good to see you out in California. I can't wait to see you again back here next month, the month after, soon. And then again, and I know we're going to talk more about October as well. So I am going to get a baby Banshee, and I'm going to give one of those away as a prize. So definitely stay tuned. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Have a great night and a great week. I will see you next week on Facebook Live. See ya.